Hello, my name is Nerlex, and I'm here to share my tips and tricks for Warlocks on the Brackenspore encounter in High Mall. This fight has little but meaningful movements. Warlocks as always have the ability to minimize the movements required for themselves and their raid buddies. Place the demonic circle in the middle of the field to be able to dodge the nastiest tidal waves and run between the random green mushroom spawns faster. Depending on the Warlock count in your raid, you can use your gateways differently. In my case, our raid used one gateway from one side of the room to the other to be able to move for tidal waves if necessary, and one extra gateway was thrown to the entrance side so that the druid clearing the moss can get to the stacking points faster. Always remember to not waste your conflagrate stacks prematurely, to have something to cast on the move. Havoc is the spell in this fight. Use it every time. Precast it before any ad spawns. Use it. Simple as that. Since we take Archimonde's darkness on this fight, try to use your extra Dark Soul charge together with the blue mushroom. It won't increase the damage of your Chaos Bolts, but it will greatly increase the Ember generation, which in return means more Chaos Bolts under the cooldown. One thing I noticed after looking into the logs, most damage taken from me came from infesting spores, which is unavoidable ticking damage. Try specking Glyph of Endgame Resolve to even further minimize this damage. If you do not think you need this, you can use your Endgame Resolves at times where you are far away from healers or the stacking point to survive the raid-wide damage. It is important to keep Immolate on boss and the fat ad, but it's less important to have it on the spore shooters. This all depends on how fast your other raid members are able to switch. Sometimes all you can cast is one Chaos Bolt and one Shadow Burn. Sometimes ads stand there for about 15 seconds, so immolating them could prove useful. It's a gamble really. Speaking of Shadow Burn, use it as often as Havoc. Spore shooters are so good for it. The main way to further improve the damage is not to be overcapped on embers. If the spore shooters die around the same time, and you have no other choice but to Shadow Burn them and get overcapped on embers, no big deal. But if you have a moment to unload one Chaos Bolt in between Shadow Burn casts without losing them, it will be a great DPS increase. Thanks for watching, leave your comments below on how can you improve this series, and see you in action.